and there were witnesses that were brought to come and testify, I could not find a single wrong that Jawar Khan has done. In actual fact, I even said there in my own words that the SAPS owes Jawar Khan for what he did, because Jawar Khan stopped police officers that came to collect drugs under the person who was the head of traffic Gauteng. They came to collect a consignment of drugs from the truck. The truck that arrived in Germiston, and they wanted to get drugs from there. And the people that are owning the truck company, they said, no, you're not going to take these drugs, search this truck from here, follow it to the final destination, which is in Eratin, which is a West Rand. So 2 police officers, 1 Johannesburg traffic, and 1 captain from Zongezizwe, they followed the truck until it arrived at Eratin, and they were accompanied by 3 members from Pretoria, who traveled all the way there. 1 from organized crime, 2 from the dog unit. And they all said they were coming to search the truck. And they actually offloaded the consignment from the truck, which was drugs, in bags. They took this thing and they loaded in a police car. Luckily, the lady that worked in that company contacted 10111. 10111 called Boysen police station. Boysen vehicle came there, and then there was a conflict between the police when they discovered that these policemen who say they are running these operations, they are already removing this consignment from the truck, they are loading it in the police park. So these policemen asked, but this is a crime scene, why are you taking this thing from here to here? If you're saying it's drugs, we have not even opened the bags, how do you know? If it is drugs indeed, why do you load them in the park? And this one said, no, we're taking them to Zongezizwe. And this one said, but this is Boysen area. Why do you take this thing to Zongezizwe? It's found here, it's a crime scene. Get LCRC and everyone to deal with it. Then there was a conflict between police at the time, and that police member who was present there took the police vehicle, and he blocked this police car that was already loaded with drugs. He blocked it so that it doesn't move. And that's what allowed the other police officers to phone Jawar Khan and say, there are members that claim to be from crime intelligence, they come and intervene. So he traveled all the way, arrived almost 2 hours later, and he put a stop from these drugs to be stolen. He phoned DPCI, he phoned the local provincial crime intelligence. They came and he took over the scene and he left. But it was then strange as to how do you blame Khan for that? Because he stopped the people that wanted to steal drugs. He stopped it. So he was in a good space at the time, so I couldn't fault him. But that, Commissioners, doesn't take away the fact that Mkhwanazi says Khan will brief me about secret information that was discussed in the presentation. So while I'm having this belief that Khan has got to do with leaking of the information in there, perhaps according to Mkhwanazi, but on the disciplinary part where Khan was accused of drugs, he did not do anything wrong. So if I had that bad intention against Khan, I would have dismissed him. But I did not, because I gave him fair disciplinary hearing, of which you can ask him today, he will tell you, no, I treated him fair. Commissioners, that was the last time the media started writing about me. That made me confirm that, oh, my being in the media so bad, it was because of the anticipation that this is what I was going to do. And in actual fact, after that, I even received a message from Honorable Adams in Parliament who said, no, you good cop, you did well. Which I find strange. But nonetheless, we proceed with the presentation, Commissioner. I don't want to bore you with anything. I'm just reflecting to some things that we're dealing with as we are trying to bring you closer to why we are putting these names together and the picture that we're trying to paint.
General, before you move on, I think Commissioner Khumalo would like to pose a question to you.
Thank you, Professor. General, for my benefit, in paragraph 197 of your statement, because MK17 is a communication between you and Mr. Mkhwanazi starting from the 30th of September to the 2nd of October, 2024. I'm just trying to establish when that conversation with Mr. Nkabinde happened and what was the nature of the conversation.
Okay, Commissioners, I might have placed this paragraph like this, but Brown contacts me and he tells me about him with the minister and all that. Immediately, that day, I called Nkabinde because I wanted to establish. This is last in September, somewhere about October. That's when I phoned Nkabinde to ask, but who is this gentleman? And Nkabinde said, no, Brown is a friend of the minister, but is not employed in the department. Because I will assume if he's employed, there is an advisor of the minister legal, and Nkabinde will have records. But Nkabinde said, no, he's not employed in the police, but he's close to the minister. So I had no reason not to believe Nkabinde, because that's what he told me. And I actually asked Nkabinde to send me Brown's number. He did send me the number to confirm it's the same number that I have. That's why I went to verify that is it registered under Brown's name.
So you say you also got the same number from the minister's chief of staff?
That's exactly. The chief of staff gave me the same number. So,
General, if I may, because the Commissioner has led you to that point, that would have completed MK17. But if I can ask us to take a step back for the sake of completeness and deal with the last piece of MK17, that communication between yourself and Mr. Mkhwanazi, and I take it that perhaps might just take us to tea, so when we come back, then we progress his statement, and technically that would be from 199. Just to recap, General, you had dealt with what's on the screen now. Yes, where you missed call. Do you see at the bottom 320? It ends with a missed call and a start of congratulations, you are going to a safe country or something, or to save the country. So when we go over, we are now at page 320.2. That would be the next page. And that badly captured message at the bottom of the previous page is what's at the top. Starting with it's a missed voice call first, then the message, congratulations, you are going to save this country. Have you found your place? Okay. Then you can talk to this particular slide, and that will be the end of MK17.
thank you so much, Commissioners. Commissioner, I had, from time to time, this Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi will communicate with me. I might just apologize. I think maybe there might be one page missing again on the attachment, as he's going to kill me now. That's why I'm asking for my phone. I don't know how it got missed. But
May I suggest then, is it a page that precedes 320?
No, it's after. It's after. Yeah, because the last conversation that I had with Brown was on the 3rd of July, 3 days before I went public.
Okay, can I suggest then we deal with 320.2, which is what we currently have on our record?
Yeah.
Then you will speak to the one that you say is missing, provide us, and we'll once again update your files. We hope that will then complete the picture. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioners, as you'll see, the last part of 3201, where the message was sent on the 10th of April, 2025, this year, at 17:13 in the afternoon, and Brown sent me a message saying, "My General," and I responded by saying, "Yes, sir." Towards the end of the page, "Yes, sir." And then he tried to call me. I did not take that call. And the next message starts there, but it follows to the next page. I think it's written better on the second page, where he says, "Congratulations, you are going to save this country." And I asked him, "How so?" And he says, "Standing on your ground." I immediately assume at the time, this is April, Commissioner, you will recall that on the 5th of March, I had appeared before the Portfolio Committee on Police, where I narrated the relationship between Brown and the minister, that the minister has denied knowing Brown in Parliament on record. If you so wish, you can access the YouTube and go to the records of Parliament, the Portfolio Committee on Police, on the 5th of March, 2025. And that recording, if you get it on YouTube, is at 4 hours, 26 minutes. where my presentation comes in towards the end of that sitting of the portfolio committee. I think I spoke for plus minus 30 minutes plus there. So where I explain not only the issue of Brown Mkhwanazi, but the wrong things that are happening in organization, where I even made reference to me reliving the experience I had in 2011. I presented it there before this portfolio committee. Now, I assume portfolio committee in Parliament are responsible for sharing this information with the Speaker, and the members of Parliament then must interrogate that. But unfortunately, that was the first and the last time I engaged with the portfolio committee on these matters of this serious interest. I'm aware they invited me to come back and talk to them about it. Maybe we'll engage with them when you get there, because I already presented something to them, and I must go back again and repeat the same thing. But nonetheless, the minister had denied knowing this person, which later the minister had confirmed to know the person when he was having a conversation with someone under the X platform.
You give a time where you start speaking on YouTube. Are you able to give a time where the minister made the denial? If you can't, it doesn't matter.
Chair, perhaps I may be of assistance. That is in his statement, and he's still to get to that part. I understood the general to be summarizing
All right, thank
what
you.
had transpired, presumably that triggered what he has here at page 320.2 from Mr. Mkhwanazi, saying, congratulations, you are going to save the country.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
With that summary, the chair might not be aware, but certainly Commissioner Khumalo is. It's 11 o'clock. We're in your hands, Chair, how we deal with this.
Let us take the. Sorry, perhaps we stop.
We're in your hands,
we
Chair.
stop
Thank
the
you.
general midway. Maybe, General, if you could finish the part that you were dealing with, and then we may adjourn where you think it's convenient.
Okay. No, I think this what what the SC was.
Yes, you were at the point, I think, where you were saying the minister denied.
Yes.
Yes,
So-
in
so-
Parliament.
Yes.
Parliament.
So when he sends me this message of saying standing your ground, I assume that he's referring to that session we had in Parliament. Hence, I responded to that message, which a response follows that it's so unfortunate that it has come to this for doing what we are employed to do without any favor. So that's me writing to him. And his response was, no, General, I think there is a misconception. And I asked him to elaborate. And he says, there will be time one day, my brother. I have a funeral in Limpopo and we're burying next week. And I responded to him, please accept my condolences for your loss. And that's where we ended the communication with him at the time. So that's why I said, fast forward to that. There's other, maybe during the break, we might want to make copies of that, which then comes in later up until July.
Thank you. Let's take the adjournment now and resume at 11:15.
Thank you, Chair.
11.